Hey guys, welcome back to Amora. I skipped day 2 in favor of, I skipped day 2 because I literally couldn't record that day, and I almost couldn't record this day either, until I found the time to do it. So now we're recording day 3. I don't know how long I'll actually be on mic for, but I just know that I'll be able to record gameplay. So here I am, doing everything I can. Anyway, we're on day 3, so we have to do the 3 plots, today. And I will say, let me just catch you guys up real quick. On day 2, I got the shop built, and I donated everything to the museum. And I also went swimming. And I placed a ton of coconut trees on my beach. And yeah, that's it. You didn't really miss a whole lot. You know, I just realized my phone battery is kind of low. Let me put this thing to charge. Now, let me get my Tom Nook voice. Me. All shall be extinguished. Some stunning news just in. We are moving forward with the construction of the Amora Museum. Neither Blathers nor I imagined we'd be getting ready to build a museum on his very first day on the island. We're very grateful for everyone's cooperation. I did all the work. Anywho, we've started construction for the museum at the very spot where Blathers had his tent. So sorry to inconvenience you all like this today. 'Tis a shame to suspend your scientific endeavors. However, I hope having our splendid new museum completed by tomorrow will make up for this little setback. That was a little message Blathers asked me to pass on to all of you. Also, my staff, Timmy and Tommy, opened up their new shop today. It's a small shop, but they'll change their stock daily and carry a selection of goods sure to better your island life. Come by from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily, and if the store is closed, simply use their drop-off box to sell your items. Oh dear, never fails. Of course this happens to be right in the middle of a broadcast. One moment, please. Hello? This is Tom Nook from Nook Inc., yes. What, the getaway package? Why, yes, of course! And that's all for today's island-wide broadcast. So sorry to put you on hold. Allow me to give you a full overview of the Nook Inc. He's strutting his Anyway, we're back on Amora. Wow. I feel like stuff has changed from the last time I recorded. I have a bunch of unopened packages that got shoved into my mailbox. I also got maracas! Cute! Anyway, first order of business. As the island broadcast said, this place is gonna be under construction. Apparently, okay, well, Jesus Christ. Okay, hi Axel. So, do you know about reactions? I mean, like, when you feel full of joy and your body just starts moving on its own, like I'm doing now. Okay, that was kind of weird, but that's reactions for you. They're all about getting emotions across. Want to try reactions for yourself? Just press ZR, do enough, and bam! There's your stretches for the day. I'm gonna tell everyone to show you their favorite reactions too, so be sure to ask around. Wonk! Yay! I learned how to process emotions! Woohoo! Anyway, what I was going to say was that I think I've been pronouncing this little koala's name wrong. I used to call her Canberra, because there was a Animal Crossing YouTuber that I watched like recently, and they also had this villager as their starter, and you know, they called her by the same name. Turns out the way you pronounce it is Canberra. Canberra? The Barra part is not Barra, it's Burra. Canberra. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry for getting your name wrong. Oh, I thought I could drink this. But this is cute. Okay, anyway. It's also a very windy day, I've noticed. But anyway, first order of business is go visit the new Nook's Cranny, hold a ceremony for it, and then we shall, work on the 3 plots. I'm going to do a villager hunt off camera for all 3 of them. I'm gonna do it off camera. I did want to mention that on my phone, I made a little note writing down all my dreamies that I want for this island. Some of these I can get with amiibos. I do have their amiibos, so that won't be much of a problem. But others I can get through villager hunting, or if I, buy their amiibo card, I can just scan those in. You will also see the very last villager on the list. You see, that's gonna be the last villager that I'm gonna add onto my island. I'll get to that eventually. I'll get to that when we get there. We're not gonna get there now though, so I'm not gonna explain it. First off, let's get our daily stretches in. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna actually, because I have my Joy-Cons, I'm gonna actually do the motion. I'm gonna actually stretch because I think that'd be fun. Not like you guys can even see what I'm doing. Oh, I'm stretching. Oh, I can feel the burn in my arms. I know there's no way to tell that I'm there's no way to tell whether or not I'm bullshitting this, but I promise you I'm not bullshitting this. Just take my word for it. Pardon me? You're supposed to be jumping! There you go. Well, that was some nice daily stretching. Alright. Canberra's gone. Canberra! Oh my fucking god. I also want to point out that for the 3 houses plot, 3 plots that I have to furnish and prepare for Tom Nook, I have already over prepared for. I have so many different materials for this thing. I feel like I'll be able to get it done in 30 minutes. I was worried when I heard you were all moving to a deserted island, but this is much better than I imagined. It's so nice! Even though we haven't been here all that long. In just a short time, Blathers moved in and we were able to open up this shop. Experiencing new things every day has been a lot of fun. I'm so pleased to hear that. Actually, I came here today to check in on you all and see if you need anything. Need assistance with anything. My rehydration method. Big fucking water. I just muted my microphone by accident. Keep myself hydrated because all these voices are gonna really make my throat dry. Actually, I came here today to check in on you all and see if you need any assistance with anything. It's our way of celebrating your new shop. We sisters like to help whenever we can. Any island ideas come to mind? You're too kind, Mabel. We were just overwhelmed that you even thought to come visit us. Oh, hey, I think... Something come to mind? Well, we still have some logistical challenges to overcome. We depend on mail orders for a lot of our goods. Having this shop should make it a bit easier for us to obtain ready-made furniture and stuff like that, but we still need a clothing supplier. Aha! Something tells me that today is your lucky day. As it turns out, it's really not that difficult for us to get to this island. How about if I stop by every so often and sell some of our wares to your wonderful island dwellers? Oh wow! Do you really mean that? Our residents would be so overjoyed. Of course, silly. If we can sell our goods here, it's a win-win situation for everyone. I suppose with that settled, I should head home and work out the details with my sister. Yes, please do that. We can't wait to see you here again. Hold on, I really wanted to take a picture of that, but I didn't get to. Hold on. It's a real struggle. There we go. Oh, Alexis, sorry to keep you waiting. Thanks to your help, we've opened this amazing new shop. Our shop is named after or named in honor of our, English is hard. English is also my first language. Our shop is named in honor of of a shop our beloved President Nuck used to run. Welcome to Nuck's Cranny. As you can see, we're offering ready-made furniture and items that can't be made as DIY projects. Also, in the back cabinet, with the other tools and miscellaneous goods, we have wallpaper and flooring. We hope to fulfill all your shopping needs. Well, I did see this very silly cat tower, and I really want it. Also this toaster. Also this clock. The pitfall seed recipe. A very iconic part of Animal Crossing that I really don't see enough of. Represented in this game, like, at all. They were in every game, practically. I could be wrong about that, though. But they were in most every Animal Crossing game and an item in Smash Bros. Where if you bury it in the ground and someone happens to run over it... You know what? Here, let me show you guys an example of, like, what exactly happens. Like, say that this buried spot is where the pitfall seed is buried. And pretend that me vaulting over there is me running over the trap. Here's what happens. I essentially slip inside and I get stuck. It's just like a cute little troll item, basically. And you don't see it, like, it's supposed to, at least when I've played New Leaf, it usually just, like, naturally spawns as, like, a buried item. But yeah, if you just run over it, then you just get trapped in it. Or if you dig it up, then you could just keep it for yourself. This, surprisingly, is not even in New Horizons. You just get it as a recipe. And even before you could get it as a recipe, you could just randomly find it in, like, a DIY bottle or something. And yeah, in Smash Bros. It does the same thing. You could just, like, throw it on the ground, and then if your opponent just runs into it, then they get stuck in the ground. I really, really want this workbench. But I don't have iron nuggets. So we're gonna go get some iron nuggets. The pocket expansion. I need to grind for that. I will be grinding for that right now. Because I would very much enjoy not having to struggle with pocket issues while I'm doing these plots. It's my house. Very nice looking house. Very empty house too. But we're gonna decorate it with time. Decorating mode, go. Mouse mode, go! Yeah, baby. Oh, this toaster could go in storage. I don't have a use for it. I also need a bed? I need a bed! Do I have a recipe for a bed? No. I feel like I need a recipe for a bed, but I think I'm gonna get it when I do the 3 houses plot. Or 3 plots mission. 3 houses. Remember that shitty Fire Emblem 3 houses joke I made? You know, I've never played 3 houses before. I heard people say that it sucks, but I never tried it, and I want to try it. Because it was actually the first Fire Emblem game that ever caught my attention in such a unique way. I haven't played a lot of Fire Emblem, to be honest. I think the only game that I've played is Awakening, and I feel like I got, like, a little under halfway through that game. It's a pretty good game, though. I do really like it. And then what is it? Fire Emblem Echoes? I think that's another game that I've seen this particular YouTuber that I follow, that I've seen them praise a lot as like one of their favorite Nintendo games. I think is it Fire Emblem Echoes? I don't know. It's this one Fire Emblem Echoes. Yeah. Shadows of Valentia. Yeah, that game. I want to try out that game one day. There's a lot of Fire Emblem games that I want to try that I've missed out on because the series has been around for a while and I just haven't played it. Mainly because I suck at strategy games, to an extent. My brain is small. Did you guys know that? Anyway, enough yapping about video games. Let's do video game. Yes, of course. Don't worry about a thing. We can set up your getaway package to include a lovely furnished home. Oh, no, not at all. We'll set up your move-in date at a later time. No trouble at all. I just need to draw up the proper contracts. Understood. We'll get back to you very soon. Thank you. Alexis, sorry to keep you waiting. I suppose you overheard that call I just got. For some time now, I've been advertising the Amora getaway package. And wouldn't you know, out of the blue, we have 3 interested parties. That's awesome. That's great. Yes, it's quite wonderful. Thank you. Wonderful except for one minor detail. None of our applicants are too fond in the notion of sleeping in tents, you see. I'm afraid I got caught up in the excitement of persuading them to move here that I may have promised them fully furnished homes. 3 homes, setting aside the land, preparing all the furnishings. It's just too much for one raccoon. But here I am, doing everything I can. But, Alexis, here you are in my hour of need. It most certainly must be fate. Would you help me get 3 homes prepared? All 3 of them? Of course, I'll have to give you a proper thank you for your good, fucking, your reading is difficult. Of course, I will have to give you a proper and good thank you for, Of course, I will give you a good and proper thank you for your assistance. Of course. I over-prepared for this, so I think I'll be able to get this done. Okay. On my Switch, it says 350. Watch, I'm gonna get this done before 4:30. Not even that, before 4:15. I'm timing myself right now. Thank you so much. I will never forget this. Oh, you're going to need some top secret instructions. When you're ready, come talk to me and use the phrase, "What should I do?" Agent Nook out. Oh, this is fun. He's so silly, I love him. Maybe he is a greedy capitalist, but he's also very chill. Oh my god, I need to get the freaking storage upgrade. Oh, not the storage upgrade. Pocket upgrade. I need 1,000 more. Oh my god. Let me just like double check my Nook Mile stuff. 100, that's 200. This is 400. This is another 400. So 400 plus 400 is 800 plus. Okay, so if I do these 3, I'll get 1,000. But then I'm also missing another 20. So is there any things that I'm close to getting? Yes, the fossil assessments. I can't do that. So, okay, first off, let me sell some weeds. Then I'll sell some seashells over by the seashore. Also, I think going forward, when I get the 3 houses in their spots, I'm going to mute the music and just like pull up some like... What? Give me that. I'm gonna get some music to put over this video. I don't know. I feel like it just fits the cozy vibes better. I know... Wow, okay. We're already running into problems. I know I feel like my energy has been anything but cozy, chill vibes because I'm very, very high energy. Or I was feeling high energy earlier, now I'm just like all comfortable now, so I'm like kind of taking a step back. Oh yeah, I am all like comfortable now, so I guess we can just like... We can go ahead and match those vibes a bit by just you know, playing some nice music. With that said, I need to empty out my pockets. I guess I could put everything in storage since I could just take from there anyway. And I'm such a freaking idiot. How much for the log stakes? Because I know I need to craft a bridge. Okay, that just takes regular wood. Then I'll keep the regular wood out here. Guess there is totally room to put something here. There we go. Take this in with me, and I'll put everything that I'm not selling in storage. Not including my tools. I need my tools in my pockets at all times. This should make gathering seashells easier. Let me just, you know, put this in my pockets. And we take a trip to the left side of the island and continue where I left off. Is that a ladybug? Oh, I want a ladybug. Cool. I'll get that, you know, later. Oh yeah, I actually did have thoughts about, like, to myself, I'm like, now that the Switch 2 has been out for a while, about to be a year in June, and I'm not, like, begging Nintendo for, like, a new Animal Crossing yet. But I just have to wonder, I wonder when it's coming. And when they'll announce it. I do kind of hope that for this next game, I don't know how controversial this is, but I do kind of hope that they tone back the amount of stuff, like the amount of decorating power. I know that sounds bad. I'll explain what I mean though. I just hope that Animal Crossing kind of looks back at the... Okay, first of all, this is not right. Second of all, Gulliver's dead on the floor. Oh, Star Fragment. I hope that the next Animal Crossing game kind of takes a look at what makes the other games so special, yes, and kind of incorporate it into their next game. Something I have noticed, and something that I really do like about the older games, is that they always have had Nintendo-themed items in the game. Not really counted as, oh, locked behind amiibo, or, like, anything of that sort, but, like, you have items from Mario, Zelda, Pikmin, Metroid, Star Fox, like, even F-Zero, you have, like, the Blue Falcon, and then the R-Wing from Star Fox, and then the, like, the little... the little thing of Pikmin, and even all the clothing items, from some of these games. I just wish that, like... I feel like Animal Crossing is growing into its own thing, and... yeah, growing into its own thing, kind of like distancing itself from like other Nintendo IPs in a way, because these games, literally ever since the GameCube game, they've always had specific items, like special Nintendo themed items from a bunch of other different Mario games. Not just Mario, I mean Nintendo games in general. And in Animal Crossing, these kind of come back as collab items rather than just like normal items you can find in the game. And it's especially true when you take into account that they got rid of the Mii Masks feature, where in City Folk and New Leaf, you can essentially, like, change your head and put your Mii's face on it. Not your face, but just, like, your entire head on a villager. And it was a little weird, I can't lie. But it was such a unique little quirky thing that I just kind of wish came back, because I know I would have taken advantage of it, despite how weird it is. But I feel like Animal Crossing has since been, like, toning back the collabs, just like some of their other items, and just kind of making Animal Crossing, in terms of items, just like, okay, here's Animal Crossing items, and we can do these special little collabs on the side. And, you know, in New Horizons, they advertise these things as collabs. You know, like they have the Zelda items, the Splatoon items, and the Mario items. And they're all listed in the collab section, and they were advertised as collabs rather than just items that you would just find in the game through other means. And I don't even know where I was going with this. I just wanted to make a note of that thing existing and giving my thoughts on it. I do hope that for the next Animal Crossing game, though, take a look back at what made Animal Crossing so special and kind of just like take that into account when developing the next game. I personally would enjoy it if we lived in a town in the next game, just like all the other games before it. And I feel like they'll probably switch up the setting so that way it's not a town but also not an island. Because I feel like Animal Crossing, especially post New Leaf, has taken place in other settings like Pocket Camp for mobile phones and mobile devices. That's literally a camp that you decorate, just like out in the countryside or something like that. I'm just yapping. I just realized how much I'm yapping. And then you have New Horizons, which of course takes place on an island, and like, where do you go from there? Are we gonna like distance ourselves from civilization? How many other ways are we gonna distance ourselves from civilization? We got an island, we got camp. Everyone's saying that they want like the next Animal Crossing to take place in space. And like, I feel like that can work, but I don't want that to be what the next game is about. I hope that isn't a hot take, but I don't like the idea of Animal Crossing taking place on in space. I don't know. The thing about the old games is just that I love, and I feel like New Leaf does it best to an extent, and I feel like they can perfect it even more in a game where you have the quality of life that New Horizons has, and then some, and take in just the cute and quirky charms of New Leaf. Like, I feel like if you just merge those games together, you get like one of my personal favorite Animal Crossing games ever. Basically. And yeah, I just like New Leaf is such a cozy game, such a cute game too. Like, one of the things about New Leaf and its charm that I really enjoy is the fact that you even like at the beginning of the game, when you become mayor, you place down like a commemorative, like a sort of tree that indicates that like literally grows along your town as you build the town. And it's such a cute feature, and especially when it grows tall enough, I forget the requirements for it, but I feel like you need to like build up your town to a certain level and also like have a certain amount of hours in the game like spent in your town for the tree to grow all the way. And then you once it grows to a certain height, you can like sit beside it and then look at all the stuff that you've done. It gives you like a literal like log of like all the things that have happened in your town, and it's such a cute thing. I don't know, it's very charming, it's very cute, and just like cute little memorable stuff like that in the next Animal Crossing game would be just so literally like the most wholesome and like cutest thing. I know that New Horizons certainly lacks a lot of the charm that New Leaf has, and that's not to say that this game is bad for it, because I think this game is actually pretty freaking good. For what it is, it's pretty good. But I just hope that the next game kind of like brings back that charm in a particular way, and like balances that strikes a perfect balance between decorating and life, like a decorating sim and a life sim. I feel like New Horizons kind of goes almost all the way on the other side, where it's a decorating sim, and then New Leaf is kind of nearly at that sweet spot. Not quite there, but it's about close to it, where you can like customize the island any way you want. There are some things that you can customize in New Leaf that you can't even customize in this game. New Leaf, I was literally advertising New Leaf to my friend earlier, so that's why it's just fresh in my mind. New Leaf has you be able to like decorate your train station, like customize your train station to like any specific style that you want it to be. And you can even decorate the town hall, and you could decorate your house. You could turn your house into a freaking castle if you wanted to. Like, that's that's awesome. I can't lie, that's really awesome. New Horizons doesn't have that, for better or for worse. But it's something that does make New Leaf unique, and I do hope that for the next game they kind of get a little wacky with it, as well. I don't know. I think my dream Animal Crossing game would just be like if New Horizons and New Leaf had a baby. Like, I was literally like imagining this, like even like as far as like a few years back, where I was like, man, if Nintendo made like an enhanced, like a modernized port of New Leaf that has the life quality of life changes that New Horizons has, and just the entire base game of New Leaf. And the Welcome Amiibo stuff, of course. I feel like you would have one of my favorite Animal Crossing games of all time. Also, I'm gonna hold a ceremony for Nook's Cranny before I move forward with the 3 plots. So, let's go take care of that now. Now then, welcome to our dedication ceremony honoring Amora's brand new Nook's Cranny. Thank you. Amora truly started out as a deserted island. There simply wasn't much here, but now, it's slowly beginning to develop, and thanks to the tireless efforts of, well, everyone really. I'd like to ask Timmy and Tommy to say a few words as representatives of the new Nook's Cranny. Timmy, Tommy, if you would, please. Thank you, Amora. Because of you, we've opened up a proper shop. My brother and I will work hard to make it the best shop, and I hope we can count on your business. Yes, thank you both. Next, a few words from someone who made many valuable contributions towards seeing Nook's Cranny built. Yes, Amora's very own Alexis, the floor is yours. Good for us. We got our own little essential shop, and I think that's an overall positive thing to have on our island, on our little island getaway, so that way we can customize our homes however we so please. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your heartfelt and encouraging sentiments there, Alexis. Everyone, please get ready to join me in bringing this ceremony to a close. Also, those wishing to take a commemorative photo should get ready to press the capture button. Yes, well then. With hope for our continued growth and to celebrate Amora's beautiful Nook's Cranny, hooray! Awesome sauce. Thank you all. This concludes our ceremony. Do take care on your way home. Hey, so here's where I had to turn off my mic. So I'll be taking over from here as the post-commentary gal. Yay! First things first, I helped Gulliver out with his thing. Then, I placed down the bridge that I crafted. Then I went on a villager hunt for the 3 villagers that I wanted to move in, of which was done off camera. And after that, I got started with the 3 plots. I placed down each plot to help keep my pockets empty. Then I immediately got to crafting. Counting all the items that I needed, there were 28? There were 18 in total. Perfect, since I could just straight up craft almost everything and not have to worry about my pockets filling up. And while I was crafting and stuff, I was also watching Hunter x Hunter. Super awesome stuff, by the way. Love that show. Or anime. Yeah, you know what I mean. Ozzy and Dottie were 2 of my dreamies that I found in the villager hunts. But the one normal type villager that was also going to move onto my island, I just let autofill. And that was going to be Peko. Viche was going to be the only normal type villager on my island, but I can't get her to show up just yet because I can't invite Amiibo yet to my campsite because I don't have a campsite. And that's all for that day. By the way, it only took 22 minutes and 44 seconds to set down the 3 plots, craft, then place all the furniture, just going off of the footage that I was editing. So that's actually pretty impressive. Do 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 do. Hello, everyone. This is Tom Nook. It is one. It is. All right, guys. I'm gonna include this in the same episode as the previous day, but yeah, because this episode is just about going over, like, you know, the early day stuff, what to do when, you know, you're progressing the island forward, right before, you know, resident services is all, you know, made into a building and stuff like that, and all that early game business. I'm just gonna be relaxing, honestly, because, you know, I did everything I need to do. All I have to wait for now is just everyone else to just move on into the island. You see, I suck at doing a pirate voice. Yeah, I suck at doing a pirate voice, so I'm gonna kind of like, I mean, or well, I guess a sailor's voice. I don't know. But I'm gonna try something. Yarr. Noted. Yes. Thank you, Gulliver. I saw that you gave me a gift. An alpinist hat. Oh, that's so silly. I will be putting that in my storage. Also, this is how my house looks. Real nice. I like it. I'll be putting that in storage. I don't really know. I don't really have any plans for today, other than to do, like, the whole customization workshop. But aside from that, I don't know what else to do today. Oh, and I have to donate all this stuff. Oh, that's right. Oh, boy. At least I could donate stuff in bulk now, and also, there's a fossil over here. Oh my god, there's gonna be so much stuff to donate. So we're gonna start doing that now. I think this can all fit in my pockets. Awesome. Alright, so that was a lot less than I thought. Who? Who? Oh, I beg your pardon. Wait, didn't I give him a different voice? I gave him a different voice yesterday. I forgot what I gave him. I'm gonna give him a different voice, I don't care. Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm a bit of a night owl, don't you know? Drowsy in the daytime. Ah, but more importantly... Woohoo! If it isn't Alexis! At long last, the Amora Museum has opened, this very day no less. An impressive feat of engineering, craftsmanship, and good old island ingenuity, is it not? Of course, it was your very own donations that made it possible, so to you, I say thank you. Now allow me to give you a quick overview of our fine institution's floor plan. Of course, but hey, here's the thing. I have a lot of stuff for you to assess and a lot of stuff to donate. I have so much stuff to give you. I don't know if you'll be able to carry all of it. Alright, so that's everything. My pockets are now empty, except for that top row that just has a bunch of tools and stuff. I feel like there's nothing... Oh, shoot. Right. I feel like there's nothing left to do other than the DIY customization workshop, and then I don't really have any other tasks to do in the game. So I don't know if I'm gonna be recording on camera for it or what. Oh, I do have to say hi to Ozzy. Oh my god, and they have houses too. I forgot their yeah, Canberra and Axel. Axel. Please, I just want to read the sign. You know, I always wanted my house to have a sign like this. I wish that this game let us actually have signs to like put next to our house that like it says, "Oh, this is Alexis's house" or something. Like, I don't know. I think that'd be cool. But let's pop in and say hi to Canberra, who's currently crafting something. Sup, Alexis? You need me for something? What you doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Check it out! I'm making a bird cage. This DIY stuff takes some major elbow grease, so so I like to go all in on it. It's so worth the effort, though. You want to give it a whirl? Making a gird page. Oh, what? Anyway. You want to give it a whirl? Making a bird cage, I mean. I can show you if you want. Definitely. Let's do this. Thought you'd say that. Alright, here's the recipe. Go study up. Oh, I'm so tired. Yeah, Axel. Hi, Axel. Yo, welcome. Relax and make yourself at home, wonk. Let's talk. Guess what? I finally own something that even I have trouble lifting. Yup, I have a house now. I got walls. It got walls, a floor, even a ceiling. I can finally do jumping jacks without ripping a hole in my home. How would you do jumping jacks inside of your tent? Also, you're still sleeping in a sleeping bag? You want me to give you a bed? I can give you guys both beds. I didn't see Canberra with one. I can make them right now, actually. I don't have the wood to make beds, much less two. Okay, so I guess I'll be going to get that then. But before that, I'll say hi to Ozzy. I love Ozzy so much. I don't know if I ever said it, but I met him in one of my New Horizons islands, way back when. And I loved him because we both bonded over how much we used to love eating food. I have to think of an Aussie voice. Hey, Alexis! Man, I took your advice and moved here as quick as I could. This is a real nice island. I bet my bug friends are gonna like it. And I bet I'll meet even more bug friends here. I'm gonna finish unpacking today. You know, get the bugs out of their bug jars and get the snack jars put away. But starting tomorrow, let's play every day, old bear. Aww. I love him so much. I know like every lazy villager is basically like this, but like it felt special with Ozzy. I want to take a picture with him. There. You know what? That works. I hate times 10 durability in Animal Crossing. And I know that it's an axe, but axes are also known to break in Animal Crossing. But I'm not cutting down trees with this one. I'm just getting wood. I don't... whatever. I just realized, why am I not, like, talking? I'm, like, gonna stop getting wood now. Buy a new axe and then craft it into a stone axe. Rather than just craft two different axes. So, in terms of... Oh, yeah, we have a bridge! let me hold those two ceremonies for the museum and the bridge. And then, well, okay, first I'm gonna craft a bed, or, I think I should do the customization workshop first, and then craft a bed. Well, I have to craft 2 beds, but yeah, craft both beds. As you might have heard on today's broadcast, I'm now offering a new workshop on customization. I think you'll find DIY even more fun when you master this skill, so I do hope you take me up on the opportunity. Or on this opportunity. But first off, I got my daily Nook Miles. And I don't care about anything else here. I forgot how KK Synth sounds. Let me look it up. Okay, it's actually... Ooh! Hold on now. Okay, it goes hard though. Okay, yeah, I'm buying it. Wait a second. Oh, right, because I got the umbrella. I was like, wait, where the heck did an empty slot go for my axe? Whatever. Ready to dip your toes into the delightful waters of customization, Alexis? I'd love to. Yes, that's the spirit. Let's get started. I believe a brief explanation about customization is in order. Honestly, it's incredibly simple. First, you'll need an item you want to customize, along with the required number of customization kits. From then, you'll customize your item at a workbench. The design or color will change in the blink of an eye. So, come see me once you get a wooden wardrobe, well, I can make one right now. Oh, Alexis, you've got your wooden wardrobe. I think that means it's time for you to customize it. I'll give you the customization kits you'll need in a moment, but for now, please step up to the workbench. Well, I'm here. Looks like you're now... Yeah, I am, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, give me that. Pass them over. Take your time. And that's me customizing. Whoa! I did not mean to take a picture, but you know what? I'll take a picture. Yes, masterfully done. As you've just seen, customizing items is quite easy when you have customization kits and a workbench. But yeah, alright. I'm gonna get to a lot of customizing. So I might as well... Well, okay, first things first. I want to get more wood so I could craft both beds for, unless Canberra actually has a bed and I just didn't remember. Also, Sahara's here. I'm gonna go say hi to her later. But I'm pretty sure Canberra doesn't have a bed, so I want to give her a bed. Both Canberra and Axel both have sleeping bags in their house, and I feel really bad for them. Hello, you are calling me Sahara, for it is the name I have carried for as long as I've carried these rugs. I bring these rugs from my home, which is far, to help you decorate your home, which is near. I have small rugs, large rugs, rugs of the medium space between. The design is seen after the buying. Which size? I'll get a small rug. Ah, my favorite size. I do want to get also a medium rug. I think all of these sizes are her favorites. I want to see if a large rug is also her favorite size. Yeah, it is. Yay, 3 tickets, and should I exchange this for mysterious Flooring or wallpaper? I'll do wallpaper. Actually, no, flooring, because you know what? I don't have any, like, I have, like, the generic flooring in my house, which I don't mind, but I don't have any other flooring aside from that, so. Blue design kitchen mat. Ooh. Cute. I was, like, kind of hoping I get some sort of kitchen mat for when I eventually, you know, get a kitchen. Blue blocks rug. Ooh. Okay, this is a lot of blue here. Oh. The design of this is pretty interesting. I like it a lot. I don't know if there's any that I want to put in my house for now though. But let's also try out this wildflower meadow. Ooh, oh my god. Wait, wildflower or windflower? No, it's wildflower. Okay. This is very, very pretty. This is very, very pretty. I do like this. I wonder if I should put this in, like, my future room once I get separate rooms. I think I would. Alright. So, I think I need to go out and get more wood for these beds. Alright, I got the wood that I need. So, oh, Harvey! Wait, this old noodle just had a casserole of an idea. You should visit my island. Just hit the airport. And tell him you want to go to Harv's Island. That's the name of my pad. Groovy, right? Anyway, nice jawing with you. I'm gonna take a stroll around and see what makes Amora tick. You do you, Harvey. I love Harvey. He's so chill. Like, if his island wasn't boring, I'd just be there just for him every single... I mean, that sounds... I just wish his island was, like, more interesting, but, like, I love Harvey so much. I would just go to his island just to chill and just kick it with him. So, 2 beds. Crafted them. Now I can customize them. Canberra's house is more colorful-ish. So what would be good for her? I guess like a red one and like what, like... Something like this, maybe? Nah. I should get the patterns. I need to get the patterns that you can buy from the Nook Stop. I don't know if they're available now or later, but I feel like they'd like this. this. And for Axel, I think I saw a lot of green in his room. Or blue. I forgot if it was green or blue. But either way... I will give him this. And if anything, if his house is more green... You know what? Okay. I'm gonna look back at the footage and then see... what color was his house? Okay, so upon further inspection, it's green. His stuff is green, and also the audio is like massively delayed on, I don't know if it's on the video's end, but it's at least on my end, so I'm gonna go change that. Okay, it's fixed now. So his stuff is green, so I guess I'll like, yeah, I'll just like double green. Why not? Whoa, whoa, whoa! A wooden simple bed? Wow, thanks, Alexis. So cool. If I move that there, and the other thing over there, I'm gonna have to do this right, you know? While we're at it, here's a little something from me to you. It's a school... Oh, what? A school chair? This is for you. What? For me? Wow, it's a wooden simple bed. You crushed it. I absolutely love this sort of stuff. I'll put this out next time I redecorate. It's really gonna help me max out my gains, yeah, in bed. Yeah, oh, gratitude muscles. Oh, Now then, welcome to our dedication ceremony honoring Amora's brand new bridge. Yippee! Thank you. I feel like this bridge is a turning point for the development of our once deserted island. I do hope we can continue making great strides to improve the quality of life in this precious community. And that's, wow, that's really everything. How am I, my eye's itchy. Yes, well then. With hope for our continued growth, and to celebrate Amora's beautiful bridge, hooray! Wahoo! Now then, welcome to our dedication ceremony honoring Amora's brand new museum. Yippee wahoo yay! Thank you. Amora truly started out as a deserted island. There simply wasn't much here. But now, it's slowly beginning to develop, thanks to the tireless efforts of, well, everyone really. And now I think we need to hear from a few words from Blathers, who will be running our new museum. Blathers, the floor is yours. Residents of Amora, once again I am Blathers, your humble museum curator. I am overwhelmed, indeed overjoyed, by the marvelous establishment we are opening here today. Oh, this could not have been done without you and your considerable cooperation. I only hope that this island's rich ecosystem and treasure trove of species continues to inspire all. It surely strengthened my own resolve to build a museum brimming with wonder. I say, I do hope you will continue your support of the museum's efforts going forward. Thank you for that rousing speech, Blathers. Now let's have a few words from someone whose contributions made the museum possible. All of them, by the way. All of my contributions is the shit that made this museum even, yeah. That's right, it's Amora's very own Alexis. Anything to add? We're amazing. Woohoo! Yeah, woo, yay, woo! Yes, yes indeed. Thank you for your heartfelt and encouraging sentiments there, Alexis. Please get ready to join me, Please get ready to join me in bringing this ceremony to a close. And blah 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 blah. Capture button. Take a picture. Hooray! Post commentary is back, baby. To start, Dottie moved in, my girly pop, and it's her birthday today too, so I took a celebratory picture. Then I gave myself pink hair. Afterwards, I went to Har's Island to scan every single amiibo I had at my disposal to get everyone's portraits, and get special collab items at Nook Shopping. Then I mailed Dottie a special birthday letter with a gift because we couldn't throw a party for her on the island. Also, Red was there, so I paid him a little visit. And that's everything I did that day. Sucking a dick! I didn't want to play this today, by the way. What?! Leave! Welcome back to Amora. This is gonna be the last session that I'm gonna be recording for this second video. Because I'm going to, you know, start today. And then I'm gonna time travel to the next day where Resident Services is now will be a building. I woke up at like 6 in the morning. I don't know why. I usually don't do that. Also, hi Dottie. Wait! She knows that Oh, she knows that I wrote her a birthday letter. Oh my god. I didn't know that this game actually did that. Like, we didn't even get to celebrate her birthday. She didn't even get to celebrate her birthday. She spent her birthday trying to move into the island. And, you know, Mr. Flamingo, so I can create heteronormativity on my island. I'm bisexual, by the way. Oh my god, Ozzy is so goated for giving me this, because, like, he just made all of this on his last island. It's so mystical and pretty. Like, he's so awesome for that. But now I have to start picking up a shit ton of weeds so I could tell them all to leave. That's not gonna be the main thing I was gonna do today. Actually, the main thing I was gonna do today, hi Ozzy, is do daily stretching, yes. But also I was gonna try and get to 8,000 Nook Miles, just so that way I can get the pocket expansion, the last pocket expansion, when Resident Services upgrades. That was the main thing I was gonna do today, but now that Leaf is here, you know, I gotta spend like another 30 minutes trying to pluck up some weeds. Oh, and yeah, I didn't record yesterday, but Pecco's on my island. At least I think that's how you pronounce her name. When I saw that Pecco was moving in, I actually didn't even do research. And I actually forgot how she even looked like. So when I thought of Pecco, for some reason Phoebe came to mind. Even though that's a completely different person. But Pecco's really, really, really cute. I love her so much. How's your day going, bud? I try to be a good listener. You can talk to me anytime. That's real sweet. Hi, Leaf. Heya, and welcome. What should I call you, friend? Alexis. Did you say Alexis? What a happy name. Oh yes, and I'm Leaf. I feel like I might be able to speak for many people when I say this. Holy angel number. I feel like I can speak for many people when I say this, but Leaf reminds me at least, of Bob Ross. Like, I could give him a Bob Ross voice, and I forgot how Bob Ross even sounds. Bob Ross is goated, by the way. I heard that my good pal Timmy moved out here, so I thought I'd pay him a little visit. Timmy told me this was the deserted island before you moved here. What a happy adventure. I bet you were up to your ear holes in weeds when you first arrived. But the island itself is a blank canvas that you can paint however you like with whatever plants you like. Like, surely you understand what I'm saying, right? I hope some of the rare flower seeds, shrubs, and produce starts I brought will be featured in your masterpiece. Anyway, meeting you has been a true pleasure. I hope to see you soon again. See you again soon. Yeah. Well, I'm back, actually. Do I want... Yes, I am gonna stand up and do it again. Alright, let me move my chair back. Scoot your ass on. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go again. Oh my god, Dottie's in the outfit I gave her! Yay! I don't know how this thing is not registering me as jumping. Okay, now it thinks I am. Wow, great. Awesome. Okay, let me put my chair back. I can't believe Dottie was in the outfit that I gave her. I'm actually like... I'm so happy that she actually wore it. That's so cute. Where even is she? I'm gonna have to check up on her later. Something that was actually like... that I'm probably going to include in like the post-commentary like voiceover that I do is that like genuinely something that I noticed about me is that I really don't have like established dailies that I do. Like, I remember back when the game came out, everyone was like, oh, doing their dailies and stuff, which is just like a set amount of stuff that you just like commit to doing each day. You log into the game, and I kind of used to have that, but now I don't really like follow it anymore, and I usually just like forgot what my dailies were. So that's why these like few days are usually boring for me, or like I feel like I can't, like there's like nothing for me to do on these days, is because I don't have any like established dailies that I do consistently. And I think that's really what these days are like, what these days can be used for, rather than just like, oh, just like, you know, checking up for like 15 minutes and then just like logging off for the day. I mean, obviously there's like things that I do. It's not stuff that I do every day, but it's stuff that I just like wouldn't really think of to do on like the downtime that you really have, where you're not really doing much of anything. Like you're not decorating, or you're not like doing stuff for Nook. You're kind of just like, I guess, just on your own. And all you really can do is just like, oh, just rack up Nook miles, do your dailies, and that's really it. And I feel like that these like few days where you're not doing anything is like kind of what these days are for. They're just literally just meant to enjoy island life and relax. Really just be like task free in a way. Just like make up your own things to do. And it's not like you can really decorate much either, because you're kind of just like, you don't have that many items to work with unless you just like many items or tools at your disposal. Like you don't have paths yet, you don't have terraforming, you don't have, you know, a bunch of items you can just order from your catalog. Not really, at least. So you just kind of just like do your own thing. I literally spent, and I'm probably going to say this in the post commentary that I'm probably actually just going to record later today as well. I probably mentioned it there, but I literally spent the other day just chopping wood, or like gathering wood from like every single tree on the island. And I have like over 100 pieces of regular wood now, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, I guess I'm going to take advantage of those dailies, and, you know, I'm going to dig up my fossils. I already hit the money rock. Another thing I could do as well is like go wasp hunting, which is not something that I hear a lot of people, or at least I've heard or seen a lot of people do as part of their daily routine in Animal Crossing, but it's something I'd like to do because honestly, you can get like, you can get a lot of money just by doing that. You can make, oh, also the money tree. I forgot about that. I need to find the glowing spot and plant money in there. You know, better yet, let me just set aside money for it right now. But yeah, I think doing the math in my head, what is it, like 300 per wasp and nest? I think 3,000 times 5, which is 15,000, plus the money tree, which is another 1,000, so make that 16,000. And then the money rock would give you about like 30,000. So if you really think about it, not including the fossils, which obviously varies in price depending on what fossil you're like selling, you can get at, there it is, you can get at least 30,000 miles per day. 30,000 bells per day, which is actually pretty crazy. But something else you can like do as part of your dailies is just like material gathering. So like just like plucking flowers or any weeds, or literally gathering wood or hitting rocks for materials, which you're probably already gonna do if you're trying to get the money rock and you just have shitty luck. But yeah, those take a lot of time though. You're gonna spend like about 2 hours just gathering everything from your island for the day. You know, speaking of things, and here, I actually did want to discuss this in a video. How Nintendo has been recently. Honestly, God, the discussion just is so freaking miserable around, like, Nintendo and stuff. Since, like, the Switch 2. Really since the Switch 2 Direct, I'll be honest. But I feel like even before that as well, I don't know. It just feels miserable, and I like feel so just wanting to hide the fact that I'm a Nintendo fan from the internet because I feel like I'm gonna be like fucking okay. Because then I feel like I'm just gonna be like fucking bombarded with hate because I support one of the most evil companies in the world. You know, there are people who are genuinely out there saying that Nintendo's the worst company in the entire world. Like, as if there are not other companies, companies out there doing much worse than Nintendo does. And see, I am a huge Nintendo fan. I grew up with them, but I'm not afraid to call them out on their bullshit because they have done a lot of bullshit before that I've been very disappointed with Nintendo with. Or that I've been very, like, disappointed at Nintendo with. And, like, the hate to an extent is justified, but I low-key and I don't know if it was like a bot response or something. Oh, hi, Ozzy. Hold on. Okay, I'll put a pin in that for a second. Alexis, do you ever just feel like crying? All the time, man. My boy Ozzy. He just gets me. Back to what I was saying. I think Nintendo gets like justifiably to an extent gets like the hate that they deserve for the shit that they've done before. I remember, and it was probably like a bot response or something, or like a bot like freaking just like spewing out Nintendo hate just to do it. And it could be a real person, and that's just kind of sad because I really don't think it's that deep because of Nintendo. But someone literally lost a friendship because they pre-ordered a Switch 2. Like, they were so upset with their like friend for ordering a Switch 2 that they just stopped being friends with them altogether. Like, dude, is it really that deep? I really don't think it's that deep. Which I'll say, even when I was younger, dude, the Switch prices, they pissed me off. I was very upset because I'm like, dude, why is the Switch, I mean, I don't know. I feel like $300, while it's a lot, I feel like that was just like, I mean, it's still a lot. But I don't necessarily mean just the Switch. Speaking of, and I completely forgot about this, the Switch prices went up like $50. It was like $300 and now it's $350 for a regular model Switch, which is fucking ridiculous. And I kind of get why they did it to an extent. I know that the tariffs have been like a whole thing where it's just like low-key freaking stupid and frustrating. But it still sucks that the Switch costs more money than it did at launch now. And like, Nintendo usually never raised the prices of their consoles. And that's the thing about Nintendo, is that they never lower their prices either. Or at least not anymore. Because, you know, the Switch has been $300 throughout its entire life. And then, like, all of their like first party or like Nintendo published games usually go for around $60 more often than not. Which, dude, I'm not paying $60 for Mario Tennis Aces. And I'm especially not paying $70 now for Mario Tennis Fever. I love Mario Tennis to death. It's genuinely, like, quickly became one of my favorite Mario sports series. I love all the Mario sports games, if I'm being honest. I don't really care about golf, though. But I've grown to appreciate tennis a lot. But, dude, I'm not paying full AAA price for tennis, for a spin-off game. I really could care less. I think some of their pricing is really out of whack. Some games feel like they aren't worth the price. Other times they do. I bought Donkey Kong Bonanza. I think that is well worth the price. I actually haven't finished the game yet, but I do want to eventually. And that game is phenomenal, honestly. Even Pokemon Pokopia, which, I mean, it's not developed by Nintendo, but it is priced, it's priced at $70, and Jesus Christ, with the amount of stuff you can do in that game, and the amount of time I know I will be spending on that game, I think it is well worth the price. Even if it is high, I'll admit it's high. I think the decent enough price for a AAA game should be $50, and obviously we're well past that. but it's whatever. But yeah, Nintendo's pricing has just been like has pissed me off a lot. Even around the Switch era, because a whole Switch controller, like Switch Pro controller, was like $70, I think, and I thought that was just fucking bonkers and ridiculous. Because I'm like, dude, that's so much money for a controller. Switch Joy-Cons being 90, 80, that also pissed me off too, because I'm like, dude, that's like half of a controller and you're charging 80 for this? And I just thought, oh my god, all this stuff is so much freaking money, and I just got really upset as a kid. And I never forgave Nintendo for making us pay money to play online. When I grew up on the Wii, the DS, the 3DS, and Wii U, which all 4 of those systems had free online. And I remember back in 5th grade, and I was just publishing Mario Maker levels, just uploading whatever freaking thing came to my mind, playing all those courses on Mario Maker 1 on my little Wii U, just having the time of my life. And now I come to find out that you're gonna have to start paying to play online on the Switch, and I was just like I was really like low-key upset as a kid, to where like there was a large amount of time where I just like I didn't touch my Switch 1 as a kid, like a whole lot, because I was honestly just spending more time on my 3DS and Wii U than anything, because I was just like, I don't know. I mean, the only games I really had for it at the time was like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Mario Odyssey, which I got I got my Switch 1 for Christmas, and I got Mario Odyssey was also there. It wasn't like bundled in or anything, like I just got it separately. And I was really happy. And then like later the following year, I got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I'm like trying to think of the other games that I got, because I know I didn't get Breath of the Wild until like much later. This is gonna fall into the ocean if I hit this right. Yeah. But yeah, I just like spent a lot more of my time for a bit just playing on my Switch or on my Wii U and 3DS rather than just like playing on my Switch. It wasn't really until like later in 2018 to like 2019 where I started like remembering I had a Switch and I started using it more. And I don't really know the reason why I did it. I was just a little upset. Oh, right. And I was still really excited for Smash Bros. The overwhelming hype that I felt when I saw that Smash Bros for the Switch, and like I was kind of following up with like Nintendo news and stuff, and I remember that people were clamoring for a Smash Brothers 5, and I was like, man, that would be really cool, I can't lie. And then it got teased in like a March Nintendo Direct for, I assume it was like a 2018. I don't remember the specific date. I actually wasn't even there to see it live because I was in school. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure it happened. Not even. I don't think it even happened while I was in school. It probably happened like a couple days before I actually saw it. And I just like completely didn't even know that it existed. I didn't even really know what Nintendo Directs were. I didn't even like... I say I followed Nintendo news as a kid, but I didn't even watch a single Nintendo Direct. I think the first Direct I actually did watch was the one where they teased Smash Bros. For the Switch. And I remember seeing it, and I got insanely hyped. Because I like Smash Bros. A lot. I haven't played Ultimate in a hot minute. And I'm probably really rusty, but I love Smash Bros. To death. That is one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time. And yeah, when I saw that game got teased and that the Inklings were gonna be in it, and I lost it. I was so excited. And literally, I think the next Nintendo Direct I watched after that was the E3 Nintendo Direct for 2018. I remember I was in 6th grade. I was in my computer class. It was, one of the last few days of like school. Oh, hey Pekka. Yeah, I was in my computer class. It was June of 2018. and I caught just in time watching one of my favorite YouTubers at the time reacting to the Nintendo Direct that was happening literally while I was in computer class. I was like, whoa, holy smokes. And I just so happened to get right to the segment where you had Sakurai talking about Smash Bros. And I was finally able to see Smash Bros. Ultimate for the first time. And I lost my shit in the middle of that computer room. Like, I was just like watching it, and then I was just like telling my friend what was happening even though they were sitting right next to me. Why am I here? What am I looking at? Hey guys, welcome. And it was such an insane thing to just reveal to me that literally everyone was coming back. I got so excited when Snake got revealed to be coming back, and then Ice Climbers, and then Pichu, and literally everyone. And I was just like, I was literally ecstatic because I was so freaking happy that this game literally just brought every single character into the new game. I was able to pre-order Smash Bros. And it didn't come in until literally the game came out on like December 7th. I didn't get it until December 8th that night. I was really confused. Or no, was it December 8th? I think it was either December 8th or December 7th, but it was at night. It came in at night. I expected it to show up at my house at like freaking midnight December 7th. Which is crazy because I remember watching the Game Awards on December 6th, that like the night before, and seeing that Joker got announced to be in Smash Bros, which was weird because when I watched the Nintendo Direct before, like the final Smash Bros themed Direct, they said, oh, well, we're not going to reveal any of the DLC characters until after the game's been out. And I was like, huh, okay, yeah. And then all of a sudden at the Game Awards, freaking Joker gets announced to be in Smash Bros. And I'm like, hey, what the hell? It's still December 6th. I mean, in Japan, it was December 7th. But, like, damn, I didn't think it'd be so soon. And I didn't know who Joker was at the time. I did follow, Alpharad at the time. And I know that he really said, it would be really cool if Joker got in Smash Bros. And I was like, huh, what's this Persona stuff? I've never heard of Persona. And then I got it, and it changed my life. Like, 3 years later. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know what Persona was. I was like, what, like 12 years old, and I was like, huh, that sounds pretty cool. I don't know who they are, but I would imagine I wouldn't see them getting into the game, and I would really I wouldn't know what to feel if they did. And then they got in, and I was like, whoa, holy shit. What? And then we didn't get any news about it until like April of the next year. I think it was April. Just like a random shadow drop trailer, and I was like, whoa, wow. I feel like I'm just yapping about like freaking a bunch of other things aside from what I was gonna talk about. But yeah, man, Nintendo is kind of just like freaking, I'm not gonna deny that they're a greedy company. I think they are. I think there are a lot of other companies that are also greedy too. But I do think that people tend to blow things out of proportion because it's Nintendo. And I really don't know or understand why. I know there are people who are just like annoying freaking... Well, I say annoying, but I can kind of get it to a certain degree. Where they think every modern game should be 60 frames per second, should be 1080p, freaking the graphics and performance snobs, non-derogatorily, heart emoji, who think, oh, it's the modern day, every game should be running phenomenal, and if it's not, it's the system's fault. And like, they kind of piss me off, I'm not gonna lie, because like, games in the past have also run at 30 frames per second. Like, 60, like there's no, the standard is usually either 30 or 60. There's no like set definitive standard that you're trying to reach, I feel like. I mean, like it shouldn't be that big of a deal if a game runs at 30 compared to 60. Like, obviously you can tell the difference. New Horizons runs at 30 frames, and I know that the GameCube game and City Folk ran at 60. At least I think City Folk ran at 60. I don't entirely remember. But I know that the GameCube game runs at 60. And people were complaining about the Switch 2 edition, saying how the game doesn't run at 60 in New Horizons, and I'm like, does it really matter? At the end of the day, it's a life sim game. There's, like, I really don't see it as that huge of a deal. Now, when it comes to games switching frame rates constantly, I would understand that. And I'm looking at early Kirby games on the Switch. Kirby Star Allies. I think Super Kirby Clash also suffers from this too, and it bothers me there too. Genuinely, the fact that gameplay is 30 frames, but the menus run at 60 throws me off so much, because then going back from like, oh, I'm just gonna like take a quick break, so I pause the game, then I come back, and then I go from 60 frames, a 60 frame menu, to a 30 frames to 30 frames while playing the game itself. It threw me off because I was like, why does the game look so choppy? Or why does it run so choppy? And it's not that, it's just switching between 60 and 30. So you can obviously tell the difference between 60 and 30. At least I can. And it does bother me. After getting like my eyes adjusted to 60 frames and then going back to 30 kind of just feels like, what the hell just happened? But honestly, I really don't think games running at a consistent 30 frames is that big of a deal. I would kind of get it to an extent for more cinematic games, say for example like The Last of Us on PlayStation. I think those games need to run at least at a very consistent smooth frame rate to kind of like give the illusion that you're like playing a very cinematic type game. I think any cinematic type game, like say like Detroit, or even things like Final Fantasy VII Remake, honestly, kind of treat themselves to an extent like an interactive movie in a way. I need to really highlight in a way, because I just feel like I should. I feel like games running at 30 and then having people complain about that, it's really not the end of the world if a game runs at 30 frames. People were complaining that Mario Kart World, when there's like 4 players on screen, that the game's frame rate drops to 30. But it's like, you're rendering a whole ass open world on 4 separate screens. Yeah, I would assume that the performance is gonna dip a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. You're rendering, I mean, obviously you're not rendering the whole open world, but like, I feel like you're rendering your entire point of view is being rendered as you're driving. Have that multiplied by 4, yeah, that's gonna be a lot, surprisingly enough. I don't know. Like, I can get the arguments to an extent, but also for a lot of other things, I really don't think it's that huge of a deal. This is gonna sound really weird, but the new Pokemon game, Winds and Waves, I feel like people are gonna complain if that game runs at 30 frames a second. And like, for most games, I really do not think it's that big of a deal. I really don't. I don't care. Breath of the Wild also runs at 30, to where the Switch 2 edition actually runs at 60, and holy shit, the difference is fucking beautiful. It feels more like a luxury and not a necessity. Like, a game running at 30 is not going to be a deal breaker for me. I just remember when the Switch 2 was revealed, and then everyone was just like going crazy about the prices, and everyone was just spreading misinformation. The misinformation part is what really bothered me, because, and not only was it just a miserable time for me, because not only around April was when The Last of Us Season 2 came out, and I really wanted it to be good, and I was willing to defend it till my last breath, until over time I've just realized, yeah, Season 2 of The Last of Us is not the best. Not horrible, but it's not too good. Decent at best. And I wished it was better. But yeah, but like, just seeing the way that people would talk about the show, and then on top of the constant misinformation that I've been seeing about Nintendo, really made my online experience extremely miserable. I love The Last of Us, by the way. It's one of my favorite, like, gaming franchises of all time. And yeah, it was just heartbreaking. And it made being just a person partaking in my online communities really just a miserable experience. There's like And people still spread this misinformation how Nintendo's gonna brick your Switch if you do any modifications on it. Technically, the big three can do that. I'm not gonna deny that they can't. They obviously can. Are they going to? I haven't heard of any use cases where using homebrewed software is gonna brick your system. I haven't seen that on PlayStation, I haven't seen that on Xbox, but also I haven't even seen a lot of Xbox mods in general, so I wouldn't even know. Is that all the weeds? I think that's all the weeds. Oh my god, I need to spend some of this money at the Nooklings because I cannot. I don't have an ABD on me. I can't even buy ABDs if I wanted to. At most, what these companies do is just like, they don't let you play online. Which is fair enough. As someone who mods their systems and doesn't want to get caught, yeah, it sucks, but like, it's kind of just like, it is what it is. It sucks, but like, I remember when, like, people were going around, and like, I can't even say whether if it was, like, true or not, because I assume that it's happened before, where Nintendo would go on ban waves on the 3DS. Are my pockets full? Like, Nintendo was going on like ban waves where if they saw they have like a pirated copy of a game and like you open that game and then that data gets sent to Nintendo, and if they see that it's like pirated, then they'll like flag your system and then they'll ban you. And Nintendo has like gone on ban waves for that on the 3DS now, or I mean in the past. I think their most recent one was like pre-2020. I could be wrong, but Nintendo hasn't done anything like that for the 3DS recently. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, and then on the Switch, I mean, Nintendo's just like banning people. And like, it's just like banning your system from connecting to like Nintendo servers. Like, obviously you could still get updates and stuff, but you can't connect to like Nintendo Switch Online. You can't like use the eShop for anything. Which, it's whatever, because if you're using a modded system that got banned by Nintendo, then you probably already have alternatives anyway. But yeah, Nintendo's not gonna outright brick your system, prevent you from just using it at all, just because you modded your Switch. Or, like, your Switch 2. I can understand the game key card argument to an extent, because I'm a physical collector myself, and, like, I want what is on the cart. I want it to actually, like, be on the cart and not require an online download to just download onto my system. I also get it because it's like kind of just like difficult for preservation as well. And I'm not like, I can't really justify the existence of game key cards. It's not like you really own the game itself. You own at part of it, if not none of it, other than just the license to download the game. And the license is not like something digital, like all these digital downloads like Pokemon Pocopia. I got this game digitally. I didn't want to deal with a whole game key card, even though it's not like much different than just getting it off the eShop or like the Nintendo store anyway. I think the only difference with the game key cards is that the license is physical, but the data you still have to download online, which obviously, you know, eventually when those servers go out, which I don't know if they ever will, because I'm not gonna lie, there are a lot of games that are still available on Nintendo servers. Nintendo just doesn't let you access them anymore because it's not like, it's just that you can't access those games anymore. And I don't think that like when it comes to game key cards, I really don't think that Nintendo's gonna like just shut down the ability to get game key cards until far, far, far into the future. So I feel like I don't really have anything to worry about if I were to get a game key card. Yeah, it sucks, and I low-key am a little upset about it. But and I could also understand it being a deal breaker for some people, but also if I really care that much, I feel like I did not mean to clip anything. I feel like I'd rather just like get the game on like PlayStation or something. And I feel like it's not that PlayStation does anything different because you're still downloading something to the system. But for certain games, you're just downloading what's on the disc onto the hard drive. So everything is still on the disc itself, but it's just being downloaded into your SSD, like taken from the disc. So everything's still on the disc. But yeah, there's like no justification for game key cards. I wish that they didn't exist. In an ideal world, I feel like they shouldn't exist, but they do, and I don't personally view it as the end of the world or like such a horrible like deal breaker for me. It sucks, but honestly, I feel like it is just what it is, and if I wanted to get a game digitally, I would much rather get games. I forgot what I was saying. I really forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I don't know. Game key cards, they suck. But I don't let them bother me too much, because if I wanted to get a game digitally, I'd buy it off the eShop. It's stupid. I don't like that Pokemon Pocopia is also a game key card, because I do really want to point out, if it's not going to make me close Animal Crossing. Okay, it's not. Pokemon Pocopia is only 6 gigabytes. That can totally fit on a game card. I don't understand why. I don't know exactly how big the standard like Nintendo game cards are. I know people were saying, oh, it could store up to 64 gigabytes. So, and if that's the only option that Nintendo's like selling for like actual storage, I would kind of get why a lot of people opted to use game key cards. And at that point, it's like, yeah, Nintendo, why have that be the only option for like game card sizes? But I feel like this can definitely fit inside of a game card. And like, if Nintendo offered lower sizes, then yeah, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. For games like Final Fantasy VII Remake that are a GameCube card, and eventually Rebirth, which is going to be a GameCube card as well, I understand that those games are going to be GameCube cards, because those games, like, there's a lot. Like, they're usually a lot. I have Rebirth on PS5. I don't have a PS5, but I have Final Fantasy VII Rebirth for the PS5. I'm really stupid, but I also like collecting, like I said. That game, if I could pull it out, let me try and find it. It's 160 gigabytes at minimum. So you could play the game. I would understand that those about those games being game key cards, because they're really freaking huge. But I do think that Nintendo hate can like kind of be overblown, and like I feel like Nintendo is like genuinely catching up in terms of like hardware, and like I don't expect them to have PS5 levels of like performance on literally a tablet, because I feel like that's kind of like expecting too much for a handheld without like increasing the price by a lot. I just want to be able to have my games look nice, which they really do. Games like, I've heard that Resident like RE9 runs really, really well, or like looks good on the Switch too. Games like Fortnite, which used to run like ass on the Switch 1, look pretty good on the Switch 2 and run really nice too. To where literally Fortnite is like, I primarily play Fortnite on my Switch 2, because I don't really like playing it on my PS4. And PC, I'd rather go die, because there's like updates so frequently, and they're so huge, and they take forever to download on my system, or on my PC, and I hate it, and I'd rather not. It looks good, it runs good, and I have hope for when Overwatch comes to the Switch 2, which it should be coming in like about a month, because I know Season 2 of Overwatch is going to start sometime in April, and I know that around then, that's when they said that the Switch 2 version is coming out, and I'm really excited. I have faith that that game is also going to run pretty well on the Switch 2. I feel like it can, like, the Switch 2 can stand up to its competitors. Obviously, it's not going to be in terms of, like, power, because, yeah, some things, like, the most definitive way to play them would be on a console, like, on a home console, but I feel like the Switch 2 does very, very serviceable, like, is a very, very, like, valid way to play modern games. Also, hi Axel, what's going on? Oh no, I got into a big argument with Ozzy. I guess I was being stubborn, and the competitor in me just didn't want to back down. I got a gift to make amends, but, well, even a big tough guy like me can get nervous, you know? Want me to deliver it? Really? You do that? I hope I'm not taking advantage of your generosity. Of course, I got your back, Axel. But yeah, I'm just happy. I feel like the Switch 2 can, like, actually, like, stand up to its competitors. Obviously, it's not gonna, like, exceed them. They're valid, like, enjoyable ways to play games. Like modern AAA games. Also, I do want to point out, everyone's perception of value is different. Obviously, like, everyone's perception of value is different. To some, Mario Kart World is worth the $80. To others, it's not. Same with Pokopia. I think it's worth the $70 that I paid, but to others, it might not seem that way. Some people might not even think a Switch 2 is worth it, and that's fine. That's valid. But I think the issue... Ooh! Wait, hold on. I need to pay attention to the dialogue before I yap. I've been wanting something like this for a long time. Oh man, should I try it on now? Yes! A walk the runway. Slay that shit, bitch. Cool, I'll try it on now. Oh, he's so cute! Look at him in his little fucking suits. Oh my god, he's adorable. He's so adorable. I thought Axel only cared about surfing, but I guess I was wrong. You know what? I'm gonna go apologize too. Alexis, thanks for your help with the delivery. I think Axel and me are gonna be able to make up. Oh yeah, back to what I was saying. Yeah, everyone's perception of value is different. I think we all just need to stop treating our opinions like they're factual. Or that the commonly viewed opinion is factual, because they're opinions. They're meant to be objective. I mean, whoa, no they're not. They're supposed to be the opposite. Opinions are supposed to be subjective, based on our perspective and our view, same thing, of things. Just anything. I know that there is a genuine problem with people who would just like defend Nintendo when it comes to anything. And like, yeah, that's kind of pushing it. Everyone's perception of value is different. If you can't justify the price of a game, no one's forcing you to buy it. I know that there are a lot of people complaining that Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green are both $20 games. But also no one's forcing you to get it. If you want to play it on an emulator, just get it on an emulator. No one's stopping you. If someone wants to get it on their Switch, they have their own reasons to. Just let people be. It's really not, like, the end of the world. Yeah, I feel like I would personally want the prices to be, like, not 20, maybe, like, 10. If I want to get the game, if I want to play it through other means, I can do it through other means. I have a modded 3DS. I could play Fire Red and Leaf Green on, like, the freaking Virtual Console Game Boy Advance stuff by just, like... I have methods to play the game, but do I want to? No, I don't want to do it, because I'd rather play it on my Switch. But then don't come at other people because they don't have emulators like you do. I don't know. The whole piracy discussion is a whole lot of mumbo-jumbo that... I've been spending a lot of this portion of the episode just yapping. I do have a lot to say. I feel like I'm done with just about everything to do today, so I'm just gonna time travel to the next day. Hello everyone, this is Tom Nook. It is 11:09 a.m. on this happy Tuesday, March 17th, 2026. Now then, I'm sure you can all guess what I'm going to tell you next. It's today's big announcement. As stated in the previous broadcast, we've completed construction of the Resident Services building. That's not all big news for today. We've also added someone to our island staff. Come on over. Yes, my girl Isabelle. Oh my god. Literally one of my favorite Animal Crossing characters ever. Sorry. Oh my god. I noticed that I suck at doing more feminine voices, which is crazy because I'm literally a girl. I mean, I'm non-binary, but born female. I just happen to have a really deep voice. I suck at doing more, like, naturally feminine voices. I don't know. But, yeah. Hello, I'm Isabelle. As Mr. Nook said, I'm part of the Resident Services staff here on Amora. While I still have much to learn, I'll do my best to support everyone who calls this island home. Isabelle has previously done resident support work, so I'm sure she'll be a big help to everyone here, I've got more to share. The building isn't the only new thing around here at the, we gave the plaza some much-needed improvements as well. Normally, the plaza's for residents and visiting peddlers who like to take advantage of its prime location. but keep an eye out for occasional seasonal events too. This should be such fun for everyone, yes, yes. Well, I believe that wraps up all my announcements for today. Except for one final thing. This was my very last broadcast. Starting tomorrow, Isabelle will be your new source for island news. I'll do my best to share all the latest updates with you, so I hope you'll tune in often. Yes, yes, there you have it. New building, new island staff, we are growing, growing, growing. Awesome. And I get tips from Isabelle too. That's really cute. Oh, and we get hourly music, yes! And Red's visiting, oh god. Let's head to resident services. No, I'm literally not going to talk to anyone. I'm just going to go to resident services, change my island's flag, town tune, and, I don't know, we'll go from there. Ah, Alexis, hello, hello. Welcome to the new and improved resident services tent. Oh, did I say tent? Oh, of course I meant building. And we couldn't have built it without your help. Now, as I mentioned in my broadcast, we need some new support staff for a new building, so Isabelle is here to take good care of us. You are Alexis, right? Mr. Nook told me about you. I just started today, so I'm sure I'll have my hands full learning about all the ins and outs of the new job. But I'm already smitten with island life, so you can count on me to give my absolute best. And there you have it. Isabelle and I will split duties here to better support you all. Broadly speaking, I'll take care of anything related to homes or other construction issues. Isabelle will help you with general island matters and resident support. Sit at the appropriate counter when you need help, and we'll rush over in 2 swishes of a raccoon's tail. In fact, have a seat now so we can introduce you to some new services. Now with that out of the way, I have something that I'd like your help with. When you have a moment, please sit at my counter. I hope I can count on your continued support of Amora and our new resident services building. I got your back, Mr. Nook. Give me my miles. Give me my compensation. Give me my 7+ days Nook miles bonus biz. Give me my pocket expansion. Yes. I genuinely forgot what I was yapping about before, but I do just want to say, everyone's perception of value is different. You're not going to make everyone happy with your pricing. Obviously, the cheaper the better, but are you really going to expect out of, like, something really cheap from a tech company nowadays? It sucks, but, like... and especially with the way that Nintendo is and that they hardly lower their prices nowadays, it really, really sucks. Gaming as a hobby is fun, but goddamn does it suck so much money out of you, and it sucks so much because of that. Even if we think that we can do something about it, and we totally probably can, there's no guarantee that we're all going to be able to do it. I've been yapping a lot. Either way, despite how much Nintendo fucking sucks as a corporate company, I also really love them. I can't help but appreciate them for their games and all the memories that they've given me throughout the years, and I do intend to still support Nintendo through all the good things that they do and call their bullshit out whenever they up. There's not a whole lot of this online on the internet, but there's this thing called nuance. It might be a foreign concept to some people, to a lot of people, but it exists. You don't always have to pick a side. There's a little thing called nuance out there, and you don't always have to pick a side. You're not either a Nintendo shill or a delusional hater, and their choices are their own. And shaming other people for the choices that they make to do with their own lives is fucking ridiculous, bullshit, stupid shit. And I hate pocket watchers. They're so fucking annoying. Oh my god, I hate them so much. Anyway, hi Nook, I know you needed me for something. I need to serve myself water. I've been talking so much, I'm genuinely thirsty. You wanted my help. Oh, eager to hear how you can help out, hmm? Well, we've got a fine building for resident services now, and my god, I got hiccups! And you've no doubt admired the plaza, hmm? It's primed and ready for major events, if I have anything to say about it. To think that we've started with such a deserted island, and have grown into a bustling community. I want to do something to celebrate. Oh yes, I have big plans. Tell me more. Oh ho ho! Got your attention, Our goal is to have the incredibly popular KK Slider come and put on a show here on Amora. Alexis, I'm sure you know who KK is, yeah? Yes. I am his biggest fan. I love him a lot. That's my goat. By the way, his song KK Lament is my go-to karaoke song. You know, I never actually done karaoke before. I don't have people to go with, though. But it'd be cool to go. Sorry about that. As you might guess, I am a big fan. It's easy to get sidetracked talking about him. Back to our goal. If we hold a KK concert here, Amora could become a household name. We've done a lot so far to further the development of this island, but a KK show would be the culmination of all our hard work, and I'd love your cooperation, Alexis. When you're ready for more details, come ask me what should I do again. Well, I will get to that in a second. I do want to do something with Isabel first. How inspiring! Your new island tune makes me so proud to call Amora my home. Now then, we'll start using it right away. I hope you enjoy hearing it when you're out and about. In case you don't know, the Amora Island flag. This was the design that I had. This is the custom design from the GameCube that I managed to just trace over in New Horizons. And this is the current design. In case you can't tell, Amora Flag 02 means, you know, Amora Flag for the GameCube. Because Animal Crossing on the GameCube came out in 2002. And Amora Flag 20 is supposed to mean 2020, because that's the year that Animal Crossing New Horizons came out. So this is the flag that I'm gonna go with. Oh, I almost forgot that there's something Mr. Nick would like to discuss with you. Yeah, I remembered. What should I do? I take it this means that you're ready to hear the details of my plan to draw KK here to hold a concert. I call it Project K. This is a plan of mine. It's divided into 3 main stages. First, we'll need more visitors to come to the island. Next, we'll need more folks to move here. And finally, we work hard to increase the overall image of this island. We'll increase the number of tourists and create residents, and we'll create an Amora so loved. Word of how great this island is will reach KK, and he'll accept our offer to host a concert here. So, for the first step, we'll increase the number of tourists by adding a campsite to our island. A campsite will make it easier for visitors to experience life here, and it'll make for great PR material too. With that in mind, could you get your phone out? Yeah, send me the recipe for that campsite. I didn't mean to clip that. I was just really, like, gripping my freaking Joy-Con, like, really hard. Just so I could feel the vibration. I don't know why. I'm very weird. Man, something that I miss from the older games is, like, the secret designs that you can get on these stumps. Like, I remember you could get, in New Leaf, there was, like, the Triforce, there was, like, a flower, there was a leaf, I think? Like a leaf, like a Nooklings logo. Or Nook Inc. logo. I think, like, a paw print, and then, like, a butterfly, and they were all just, like, really cute stump designs that you can get. And I think that they were all super cute, and, like, I don't know if they were in the older games, or if it was just New Leaf. But they were so cute, and I, like, honestly wish that they were brought back to some extent. I'm scared that this video is gonna be super long. I don't really like I like watching long videos, I think that's nice and stuff, but I just feel bad because I feel like not everyone's gonna stick around for a really long video, like an hour-long video. Or like my Pokemon Pokopia video, or like my first episode of this new island. They're like hour-long videos, and they're pretty. Oh shoot, Beltree. But yeah, they're like really long videos, and I feel like that not. Yeah, I feel like not everyone's gonna stick around for those videos, and I kind of feel bad because I think these videos are pretty cool. Is that a literal penis? Yeah, I feel bad for like making such long videos because I feel like no one's gonna really stick around until the very end for them. Because our attention spans are fried. And we'd probably only stick around for like 5 minutes before getting bored and like watching another video or something. I'm not usually like that. I usually like watching like long, like hour-long or hour-and-a-half videos. That's not the type of videos that I like to particularly make. I mean, I do. I just feel bad because I feel like no one's gonna watch all the way. But if I'm being completely honest, I started this whole YouTube thing because I wanted to. I'm not doing it for a job. I would like to eventually, if I could. That would be really nice, but I'm not gonna like... I'm not gonna stress too much about it, especially yet, when I feel like it still hasn't really taken off. This whole YouTube venture hasn't taken off, so I'm not gonna stress too much about it. But I mean, if you do like, if you have made it up to this point, and you do want to see more of the island, I would really appreciate it if you showed some support. Also, I know that like no one has time to like listen to Blathers yap about anything that they donate, but honestly, just like every once in a while, I think it's like kind of just like chill to like listen to Blathers yap, because even if like biology or like marine biology or like just archaeology is like it's not anything that I'm particularly interested in, somehow Blathers makes it interesting. I really don't know how that works, but happy midday. Okay. Why is the shade why is the shading doing that? It's like switching. I maybe it's just like the I don't know. I don't know what that could be. I was like looking at it while I was listening to the town tune, and yeah, it was like kind of it threw me off a little. Ah, Alexis, hello. Have you found a good location for our campsite? Of course. Splendid. I can't wait to see the spot you picked out. Now that the location is settled, I can proceed with construction. Tomorrow, we'll have a wonderful campsite for our visitors. How exciting. Yeah, and I think with that, I'm going to hold a ceremony and end the video off here. I'm gonna obviously play more on my own time. You know, just play a lot more on my own time, I'm not gonna lie. Enjoy my time on Amora. And, you know, I'll always be here to record, you know, Happy Home Paradise or, like, anything else, really. Anything else, like, in terms of, like, decorating or, like, anything I just feel like recording that day, I'll record. If you did like what you saw today, and if you did make it up to this point in the video, thank you so much for watching. I very deeply appreciate it. I know that this is probably going to be a really long video, and if it's not, then wow, that's actually kind of funny. The North American League for Splatoon 3 is back? Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. I would appreciate it if you liked the video and subscribed. And if you want to see Amora grow more from here, be sure to subscribe and to be able to keep up as well. I don't know what else to say, but let's hold this dang ceremony. and end the video off right here. Well, after this at least. Now then, welcome to our dedication ceremony for honoring Amora's brand new resident services. Thank you. Thanks to everyone's tireless efforts, Amora is developing wonderfully, yes. I must confess, though, I thought our little building might be a tent forever. But now here we are with a beautiful new facility that the whole island can enjoy. Once again, I must thank everyone who supported our efforts. And I would be at fault if I failed to acknowledge a strong ally who will help me run things from now on. Isabel, if you could grace our island friends with just a few words. I'm so glad for this opportunity to say thanks to Amora. Like Mr. Nook said, I'm Isabel. I haven't been on this island long, so I have ways to go before I'm fully caught up to speed, but you can bet your bottom bell that I'll help in any way I can. If you need anything, come see me. Thank you, Isabel. Next, we'll get a few words from someone who made our brand new resident services building possible. That's right, it's time to hear from Amora's very own Alexis. Anything to add? We're amazing! We are Amora. Together, we are Amora. Yes, indeed. Thank you for your heartfelt and encouraging sentiments there, Alexis. Everyone, please get ready to join me in bringing this ceremony to a close. Also, those wishing to take a commemorative photo should get ready to press the capture button. Yes, well then. With hope for our continued growth and to celebrate Amora's beautiful resident services, hooray! Thank you all. This concludes our ceremony. Do take care on your way home.
Hey guys, it's Axel's birthday today! Anyway, before I end off the video, hi, I'm screen recording off of my phone. I wanted to give you guys the dream address and custom design creator code that I have. You know, it's listed on screen. And I'll also have it in the description below. So whenever you guys want to either visit my dream or take a look at my custom designs, you can through here. I can't lie. A lot has happened on my island since you know, I last recorded. As of like right now, I literally just wrapped up editing the video and I'll be including this, you know, in the final cut when, you know, right before I export it and stuff. Anyway, first things first, and really the only thing, Able Sisters is on my island now, so yippee! As you can see by my silly little passport picture, I've been decked out with the good shit. And also it's Axel's birthday today, so I will be celebrating that literally like right now. And yeah, with that, that's all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cue the outro. Whee!